bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not. And then they see the snail trail on my leg. That's my bitch's pussy juice.
I know that line.
He's like, let me smell your pants, boy.
Oh, no.
Yo, you see that Tyler Perry fucking series that was like on HBO or some shit or
bruh?
BET?
Which one?
It's there's this clip, right? So Tim showed me this shit. There's this clip of this dude saying, take off your pants.
Yikes.
And this dude takes off his pants and he gets down and he sniffs his dick. And he goes, I'm like, Tyler Perry, what the fuck are you writing? Dog, I'm going to show you this shit and it's real. If you write...
That's the whole... That's the teaser?
That's just the clip.
Yeah.
If you type on Twitter, Tyler Perry dick sniff, and you'll see this dude come and he go, take off your pants. He go, what you mean? And the guy takes off his pants.
Are they in prison?
And his dick's out. No, it's like in a junkyard, a car junkyard. And the guy goes down, he goes, comes up real close to his face. He goes down, he goes, sniffs the dick, and he goes, all right. And that's the scene.
Sniffs the dick.
He sniffs the dick. I never sent this to you. I got to send this shit to you.
No, bro. I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet.
This shit's weird, dude.
Oh,
Tyler Perry
man.
lost his fucking mind, man.
He writes for the people.
I don't know. Dog, I'm trying to figure out who his demographic is. Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta, man. Atlanta storage man in Walmart.
If Tyler Perry,
those people.
If Tyler Perry came up to you and he goes, Khalif, I want to give you the lead role in my film, right?
Yep.
And hold on. Okay.
Why'd you just...
All right. It's a Christmas special and it's called Medea Goes to Israel.
Okay.
Right?
You go
I
on.
need you to play an Israeli military guy that checks people to see if they have bombs by sniffing dicks. And then when you go to smell Medea's dick, you're surprised that she has a dick and it's mine. You take that role. The role is for $20,000 and we're going to shoot in the summer in Israel for 2 months. Medea Goes to Israel.
Would I do it? Yeah.
This man right here, desperate. I would not. I would fucking not. A lot of things I would do for $20,000.
Oh shit! I was thinking about the art.
The art?
I'm just kidding, dog.
Medea Goes to Israel. What the fuck?
I'll find some art in that. Yeah. I'll do some script analysis on that. I'll tear that shit up.
Did you see the script analysis on this shit?
I'll put some layers on it, bitch.
This fool just like, okay, well, how am I going to grab this dick?
Yeah.
You're not going to grab it, Khalif. I need to grab the dick.
What's my motivation here?
This penis. Did you see that? Was it Monique that had a problem with Tyler Perry?
I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore.
Oh, I forgot what.
It's definitely Tyler Perry. It was definitely Lee Daniels Butler.
It was Lee Daniels.
Was it?
So Lee Daniels was the one that approached Monique with the whole because Lee Daniels did Precious.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. Yep.
Precious is. I was about to call the film Precious Purple, and that's not.
I wish you would have. I wish you would.
That is an Ari Spears joke.
Those
That is not
K-pop stands would get your ass.
Yeah, it is. It was called Precious, right? And so Monique played a very integral role in the film. I never actually got to see Precious yet.
You ever seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. But I heard
Did I show that clip where she runs and she steals the chicken and runs?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
That was amazing. Without any context to what that film is, that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And you're like, I was like, what? Either this clip is really dumb or it's very deep.
Yeah.
It speaks on so many levels to the culture.
Yeah, she could have been feeding her child. Like she needed to feed her.
But the fact that she's stealing fried chicken is hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And so I guess Monique was offered a role on the film, right?
Yeah.
And, she was kind of, to her account, what she was saying, I was taken aback because of, Lee Daniels wants me to work on this art piece. This is amazing. What she got paid wasn't much money, right? There wasn't a back end about her having to promote the film, but she has like all these like email receipts or whatnot. But what it kind of boiled down to was after she kind of played the role, and this is before Oprah heard of the film or anything else, he kind of put it into words that either was through an interview or it was an email that Monique's role was to kind of get eyes on the film, and she fulfilled that role. It's like, oh, I thought it was because you told me that I was going to bring something special to this fucking character, right? So she, that's pretty fucking offensive. I'd be fucking offended by that, right? Because the story behind Hollywood, of anything that has to do with Monique, is the fact that she's a very difficult person. That Monique is difficult. She's hard to deal with. She's loud or whatever. But Monique's argument to that is that you could say whatever you want about me, right? I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I'm highly opinionated, but one thing you can never say about me is I'm a fucking liar and
Mhm.
I do not lie. And with the whole Lee Daniels thing, and I think Lee Daniels is canceled right now, right? Lee Daniels can't do shit.
Really?
I forgot what he did. He might have touched the baby or some shit like that.
Really? I don't
I don't
know.
know what it is. He might have got me too'd or some bullshit. But
Oh, shit.
but what she was saying about in his case was, she felt kind of used, right? That was the case, and then he was upset at her because she wouldn't do, like, promos and tours, which wasn't written in the contract, and saying that she was difficult. And, this is the rhetoric that happens around Monique a lot, right?
Mhm.
And then there was that conversation with Monique and, Steve Harvey. If you watch the Steve Harvey
Oh, I haven't
show,
seen that.
oh, that show that they go at it, dude. And not at it as in screaming at each other,
Mm,
but they're on 2 opposite ends.
mm,
So Monique is talking about, a lot of prominent Black people in entertainment lost their way and they kind of lost their integrity.
mm,
They say she says that it feels like a lot of Black people in entertainment, and I'm paraphrasing right now, are still in that survival mode of like, I should be grateful that anybody wants to fuck with me anyway. And anybody wants to give me a paycheck to do this role.
mm.
She goes, well, for how long? How long am I supposed to do this?
Right.
How long am I supposed to feel grateful that I'm lucky to have this role rather than this is a role for me and I should get paid what I deserve?
Yeah.
I've been in this industry for a very long time. I know my weight. I know my power. So what the fuck? Right.
Mhm.
And then Steve is like, that's not how you play the game. He goes, I got children to feed. I got all this other stuff. And it kind of made Uncle Steve,
Uncle
Steve seem
Tom,
like
yeah.
Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, you just here chasing ass and dollars. Right. But I think what Steve was trying to, the fuck was that? Oh, is that the battery going out on the fucking monitor or some shit? Who knows? But
Uh,
either way, Monique was talking about how, you know, that's not a very there's no integrity in that, right? She goes, I'm tired of doing this shit. I'm tired of having to just chase this almighty dollar and just kind of bow out and kind of do what everybody else asks me to do just because I should be grateful for these fucking roles.
mhm.
And then, then she went, I guess that camera's also out too. Either way. Them cameras are out. It's just gonna be wide from here.
Right.
But what Monique was saying too with Oprah and the whole Oprah situation, she got super upset by Oprah and she got really teary, especially when talking about, and she also wants an apology from Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg. And this was like a couple years ago, by the way,
Soof.
because Whoopi said to her behind doors is like, you know what? Like you're worried. Your stance on this stuff is that you want to make a stance because you're worried about the generations that come after you, right? And standing up for them. Well, here's the thing. She's like, just worry about yourself. Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. And that broke her heart. She goes, because, well, what about all these other prominent Black women before me that came before us and said, I'm just gonna worry about myself and not worry about the future. Where would I be? Where would I be? Where would you be?
Mhm.
Right? And you're
Mhm.
somebody that should stand up for more than just this. And you're okay just looking after your back and saying fuck you to the rest of to everybody else.
Mm.
And she goes, my heart was broken. She also mentioned like when she had a conversation with Oprah and she confronted Oprah and said like, "Yo, you owe me an apology." Long story short about that was that this is Monique telling the story. Oprah was going to do this whole special about her fucked up family situation, right? She was going to have her mom on or whatever, and she goes, "No, I don't want you to do that, right?" But instead of having her mom on and her mom on, she just brought her whole family on there without telling her about it. And so she thought they had a mutual respect, saying like, "Oh, I don't want anything. Don't put up my family business out there." But then Oprah went ahead and did it anyways without Monique being there, but she brought her family on.
Mm.
And that caused a lot of drama in her life. And she felt fucking disrespected.
Mm.
And so she confronted Oprah about that. And then basically what she told her is like, you owe me an apology. And then what Oprah said was that if you feel like I did something wrong to you, I completely apologize, which is not a fucking
Oh, that's
apology,
right.
of course. And she didn't feel right about that stuff.
Mm.
And, what Monique told Oprah was, hey, like, I remember when I was a young fat Black girl and I looked up to you and I said, and I saw you on TV and I said, there's another fat Black woman and people respect and love her. I want to be just like you. And on a field trip, she went to go see her. And then, she was inspired and she told that to her as a young little girl. I think whatever, let's say she was 8 years old. And then later on, when she started popping off and becoming famous, she talked to her. And then Oprah said something to her that stuck with her, that helped her. And she goes, the reason why I like you so much is because I see a younger version of myself in you. And it empowered her. And so when she confronted her about that stuff, she goes, well, what does that say about you when you did all this stuff? She's like, remember that time when you told me that you saw a younger self of you in me? So I want to make sure that I keep you in check and let you know that this is wrong. She goes, sweetie, I say that to everybody.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? It's like
Ugh.
saying, I say that single phrase to everybody.
Yeah.
And she was wrecked,
Yeah.
and so she feels like she deserves an apology from Tyler Perry and all this other stuff. And I agree too. On the political scale, is it a good move? But
Mhm.
what does Monique have to prove now?
Yeah.
Right? Besides, setting up an example and showing people what's up. She goes, I
Right.
don't respect these motherfuckers for what they did. Like, I love them. They're my brothers. Like, we're cool. However, this is how I feel about this situation. So it's a wrong that I feel that you guys did, and I feel like I deserve an apology for the way that you treated me. Hollywood's fucking crazy, man.
So you and Monique could be friends.
I think I'm scared of her. She could talk me into believing shit that I don't believe, right? But the reason why I like her is because I think she's very good at proving her point. Sometimes I feel like she says she understands and hears you, but she doesn't. She still just wants to get her point across.
Mhm.
But I do agree with her. But would I have been bold enough to do what she did? No,
Mm.
right? Because I'm not in her position. But I think she's in a position where she can't speak up against
Yeah.
it. People were upset at her about her Netflix deal because number one, she felt slighted about it. But I think her point was like, why can't I feel slighted about this money that I feel that I deserve? Right?
Mhm.
I think Charlemagne the God had a whole issue with it because he says that his argument is that, to his point, you don't deserve Dave Chappelle money because you can't bring in Dave Chappelle numbers.
Mhm.
Right? Facts. I think that's fucking
Big
facts.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard. That's
Yeah.
anybody. That's not just Monique, right?
Mhm.
But she goes, if I walk into this Netflix meeting, right, and they say to me, "Hey, you're a legend. You're the female Dave Chappelle. You're on that type of status, right?" And then I come back away and then you go, "Well, we're going to give you $500,000 when you offer Dave Chappelle 50, 60 million."
That's what she said. They told her.
She told the offer. The offer was $500,000, right?
Mm.
And she goes, "Well, that doesn't make sense for me. Number one, it's offensive. Number
Mm.
two, I have to do this stand up and I have to go on tour. I can't use this material. It's up on this TV screen. So this has to I'll make about 2-3 mil
Yeah.
doing my regular stuff, but I'm not going to be able to perform this. So it should at least match that." And they're like, "Well, we can't do that." It's like, that's highly offensive. It's super offensive.
Yeah.
I actually agreed with her. I was like, when she said 500,000, I was like, 500,000? That's it? Like, it's
Right.
fucking Monique. And she does have a huge fan base,
Mhm.
right? She's definitely worth more than 500,000, at least a fucking mill for fucking crying
Right.
out loud.
Right.
If you could give Dave Chappelle 60 million,
You could get right.
you could give Monique $1 million, $2 million to cover up the expenses that she would lose from doing that.
Right.
And it's in her right to feel offended by that. The whole boycott thing, I'm not too sure if I'm on that side.
Mm.
And then her suing Netflix, I think that's a little weird,
Yeah.
right? But
She got the whole. She is not a monolith. That's for sure.
for sure,
She's all kinds of